everybody, it's me again. This week I am making chicken broccoli Alfredo. Just so you know, my boyfriend is gaming in the background. If you hear any noises, that's what that is. And if you hear him talking, you saw he was pressing a little Bluetooth thingy. So chicken broccoli Alfredo, it's super easy. The things I've already done that I decided you don't really need to watch me do, I cooked the pasta and drained it really well. I cooked broccoli. This time I got frozen broccoli. I would normally do fresh, but I just didn't want to deal with it today, cutting it up into pieces and everything. I just got a bag of frozen broccoli. And I cut up chicken into bite sizes. So that's all done. Right now I'm just waiting for my olive oil to heat up so I can saute the chicken. It should almost be ready. And so I'm going to saute the chicken. It is ready. So one of the things the recipe doesn't call for that I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit of minced garlic to my oil when I saute the chicken. I love garlic, and I think one of the most amazing smells in the world is sauteing garlic. It smells so good. If you've never done it, just try it. It smells good. So I'm adding some garlic to the oil. And then over here I have my chicken. And I'm going to add this to the pan and basically just saute it until it's done. Might take a while. So my chicken is all done, and I have it set off to the side. I just actually threw it in the pan with the broccoli. I had to end up doing it in 2 batches because my pan was too small, so that took a little bit longer than it normally would have. But basically, I just cooked it until there was no pink and it was starting to turn a little bit golden brown. So that's all set. The next step is the sauce, which you cook it in the same pan. Just it still has some of the fats and flavors from the chicken, and you keep those in the pan. So I have to open my recipes on my computer. So in this one, what we're going to do is we're going to melt some butter, which I've just cut up into chunks to make it a little easier. So I'm going to throw that in here. And we're going to add some heavy cream. And I was actually supposed to let the butter melt before I added the cream. I just messed up, but it's not a big deal. So I'm just going to let the butter and the cream sit here until the butter's melted. Actually, I'm also going to add the spices. It's basically salt, pepper, and garlic powder. I'm doing a little bit less garlic powder than what the recipe calls for because of the fact that I added the garlic with the chicken in the beginning. So, throw that in there. I'm going to mix it all up. So I've had this sitting on the stove for 2 minutes just to heat. It's not boiling. And I'm going to go grab the cheese. Whoa, now it's starting to boil, of course. You're not supposed to let it boil. I'm going to take it off the heat. And I lost my spoon into the sauce. That was smart, Charlotte. So now that it's off the heat and it's heating, I'm going to add the Parmesan cheese to it. I'm just going to stir that until it melts. Take a couple minutes. So the sauce is all set. The cheese is all melted. It's all nice and smooth. And I'm just going to pour that into the pot with the broccoli and the chicken and stir it all up. to add in the pasta. The recipe on this calls for angel hair pasta, but I'm not a big fan of angel hair, so I just use fettuccine. And it's all sticking together because it's been sitting out. Okay, so this is all done. It looks delicious and it smells delicious. I'm going to serve it for dinner and see what the verdict is. Clearly I had some issues with this recipe with the sauce, acting crazy and dropping the spoon into it and all that stuff, but in the end, it was still pretty easy, and hopefully it tastes good. We'll see. Hey guys, so I just got done eating the chicken broccoli Alfredo. It tasted good. I was pretty frustrated with this meal and I almost didn't even want to eat it, but I did and it tasted good. My boyfriend thought it was good. He said I was doing way too hard on myself. It was just frustrating because like I messed up the sauce and then like the sauce came out fine, but it didn't come out the way it was supposed to, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like it boiled and it wasn't supposed to boil, and I forgot to let the butter melt, and I just felt like I was doing everything wrong, and I got really frustrated, and then I burned myself, and then I dropped the spoon in the sauce, and I just was really frustrated with the whole thing by the end of cooking it. But it came out pretty good, and I'll definitely try it again. The only thing, there's a couple things I think I would do differently. I think that I would probably use a bigger pan to make the sauce in because it kind of came right to the edge of the pan and it spilled really easily. And also I would wait until after I make the chicken and the broccoli and the sauce to cook the pasta, because the order of the recipe says to cook the pasta first and set it aside and then do the rest, but I found that that made the pasta just like all stick together. So I think I would make the sauce and everything and then cook the pasta at the end and just stir it in. I think that would work a little better. And so there's so much chicken broccoli Alfredo. I have so many leftovers. It's ridiculous. The recipe that I got it from food.com. I'll post the link in the description box like always. It says it's for 4 servings. It's definitely like at least 8 servings. If it's 4 servings, they are huge servings. So I got everything for this recipe for about $18.50-ish, which if it was 4 servings, it would be almost 5. It would be $4.60 per serving. But I'm gonna go with it being like 8 servings because there's, like I said, so much food. So that makes it about $2.30 per serving. So that's pretty typical to the other meals that I've been doing. And something else to keep in mind with this one, it may seem like a lot of money for this one meal, but you have to keep in mind that this is like an all-in-one meal. Chicken broccoli Alfredo is really filling, and you don't have to make sides with it. We decided to make garlic bread, or we didn't make garlic bread. I had garlic bread left over from the other day when we had spaghetti, so we just had that. But really, you have your vegetable, your protein, and your grain all in this one meal, so you don't even need sides. So in the long run, it's a pretty inexpensive meal to make because you don't need to have all the sides that you would have with another meal. And it's so filling. I think we're going to be eating chicken broccoli Alfredo for days. We might even have too many leftovers. But it was good. There's a lot of food. It was kind of frustrating, but I'm okay now. My boyfriend's really sweet, and he told me I was being too hard on myself, and he talked me up. So I feel a little better now. And let me know what you would have done with this. Let me know the most frustrating meal. That's the comment I want you to leave. Tell me the most frustrating meal you've ever cooked. Make me laugh. So, yeah, I guess I'll see you next week.